I can't step away. And it wasn't until my friend had to correct me, and she was just like, listen, that's because you're not intentional about making time for yourself to step away, to deal with the Father. Like, you have to prioritize yourself in order for you to not just do, but do well the things that God has tasked your hands to do. Whatever you feel like your purpose to do, because we all have our own assignments. So whatever you feel like you have to do when it comes to your assignment, you have to think about who you have to be and what you have to do. And if you're not the person that you have to be, then you have to work on that becoming. That becoming phase. And a lot of the times we don't give ourselves grace in that, because just similar to you, I pick up quick. You know, when I used to apply for jobs, you know, what's your strength? I'm a quick learner. But I would say that so much when I get in positions where I'm not, then I'd feel inadequate. Then I just
now you're talking.
Then I just don't show up. So it's like, I mean, would you rather do 15 minutes of workout if you can't do an hour or do nothing at all? Now you're getting no results.
And I think that's been the thing for me. Really trying to understand that it's okay not to be good at all the things.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that I am good at. Right? Like when it came to makeup, I picked up on it really quick, and I just kept trying and kept growing at it and kept doing, and it just got better and better and better and better. And it wasn't something that I needed to be formally trained on. It was just, I had an eye for it. I had a knack for it. And so I mean, I think that when we talk about giving ourselves the grace that we need, it's just realizing that, man, I'm not going to be good at all the stuff. And that's okay. I don't have to be good at everything. Because I'm human. Like, wherever I lack, then there's something or someone else that will come through. Like, we said that about ourselves. Like, in our relationship, you know, we both saw that there was a thing that we wanted, right? And that's how we even came up with this. It's like, because you're good at the visual and the presentation. Not saying, like, for me, I'm always a little interesting or nervous when we get ready to buy our house, right? Because I know what I like. I want it to be nice. But if you're going to ask me to go to the store and put it together, it's going to be a no for me. Because I get a little overwhelmed with the visuals, right? You are good with the aesthetics of a thing, making something look good. And and then I'm good with the leading of conversations. And so we said, okay, well, let's just collab and see what happens. And, you know, I believe that God has just been breathing on it. And it's just me understanding that, Kia, you don't have to do everything by yourself. And you do not have to be good at it all.
And that's just being honest. A part of it is just being honest with yourself. For me, you know, like, okay, well, I'm tired of the yo-yo effect. Sometimes you might need to call back up. You can get some help, get someone to hold you accountable. And I didn't go to the gym by myself. And the crazy thing was, I was telling my husband. So my friend, she texted me on Sunday because she went on vacation the week before last, came back last week. I had asked her about working out. And so she was like, well, I'm going out of town. I won't be back, blah, blah, blah. So I mean, I thought about it, but it went over my head. I was just talking to my son in the car about, like, just feel like it's time for me to get out of hibernation. Because, you know, that's when you done already stored up. You got to be nice and warm. Because I feel like the Father always gives me a little grace. He give me a little momentum. I'll start losing a little bit of weight. And I'll be like, oh, I look a little different. Face don't look as round anymore. And it's like, okay, so now it's time for you to do some work. And I was in church on Sunday, and I told my husband, I said, T texted me. And I looked at that text. She said, hey, girl, I just want to check in on you. I'm going to the gym on Monday, 5:30. You good? Are you still down? And I looked at the text. And I said, I'm going to respond later.
5:30 in the morning.
I mean, but that's really ideal for me when I was like heavy in working out, because I had to work. I had to be at work at 8 or 9. So that was what needed to happen. That's probably the best time for me to go still, even though I'm not punching the clock. And I looked at the text and I responded to it, and I was honest. I said, no, I'm not ready. But I'm going to go. I'm coming. I'm showing up. And that's what she shared with me, where she hadn't been in 30 days herself. So, you know, we had a light day, but it was really good to have someone in there with me who already is ahead of me. So even though she had taken a little 30-day hiatus, she's already ahead of me in that. So to have somebody who's dedicated to how they look and how they feel into their body, and being able to work beyond her limitations, which are knees, because my knees are too. I can't run or do anything like that, and neither can she. So we got a really good workout in, you know, sat in the sauna, but it was really good, and I felt good.
I'm still stuck on the 5:30 a.m. because, you know, I think you know me by now. I think you know me by now. 5:30 a.m., baby, I'm just rolling over. okay, to get another hour or two. Because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
And I'm such a night owl. It's so bad. It's like I can work until 2, 3, 4 a.m. I can't realistically be like that. You know, there's stuff that got to be done during the day. I can't be waking up at 10 a.m. It just, that don't work. Because most people done got a lot of things done by 10 a.m. You know what I mean? But then there's a lot of people, like a lot of my creative juices, a lot of my, you know, when you're in school and you got to write a lot and stuff like that, like a lot of my thoughts come really easy to me in the wee hours or the quiet hours of the morning where everybody else is asleep. But I'm going to get better because they're 5:30 a.m. Remember when it was Sierra Mason's call?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And, you know, she has her, was it Wild Wednesday?
Yeah, Wild Wednesday.
Girl,
6 a.m.
And you saw me up there. He was like, hey, good morning, friend. And I was like, girl, you know I don't be up this early. Right. But I was up. So I said, let me go ahead and go. Because usually I do the replay. I feel so bad because I want to get up with God. Early, I do.
Right.
I do, but he's still working on me. And I've been walking with God a long time. But me and them early mornings, they just, y'all pray for me.
But we don't have to limit our time with God till early in the morning.
You're right. You are right.
Now, one thing I know, my sister-in-laws, they say all the time, if you wake up, like waking up at 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning, he probably got something to say to you.
Oh, for sure.
So in those situations, like, yes, waking up. However, like, just like we don't put a limitation on God, like you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
So even though I said 5:30 in the morning, that's when she going, and I'm an early morning person. However, if that's not for you, 10 o'clock was a good time for me too. When I had my trainer, 10 o'clocks were good, especially because at the time when there wasn't a lot of momentum in the business, I could pick the days, go at 10 o'clock. And come home and still get things done and have the workout and not be like, dang, I gotta go at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I do prefer 5:30 because when I came back home, I was able to I was up. I didn't go in the shower immediately. I got my daughter ready, dropped her off, ran an errand, came home.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be better, y'all. By the next episode or 2 or 3. Or 4.
Come on.
No, seriously. No, seriously. I'm going to hold myself accountable. And I know you're going to hold me accountable because...
we're going to hold each other accountable.
Listen, what I've got to learn about Miss Angie here is she going to call you and check on you. You know, she gon' text and be like, sis, you okay? What's going on? And I appreciate that. Because like when we was working on the project and I was giving you all these ideas, you said, don't look at another thing. I could just feel your spirit behind the text. It was like, don't look at nothing else. If God didn't show you for it to look like that, whatever he showed you, go with that. And I was like, okay, all right. I got it. I ain't gonna look at nothing else. No more inspo for me. And so I know that we're gonna hold each other accountable. So, cause we're gonna be slim by, I don't know what season it's gonna be.
Not skinny, but slim.
Slim.
We're gonna be slim in all the right places.
There you go.
And thick in all the right ones.
Man, this has been like a really good conversation.
It is. And along with us holding ourselves accountable, we're going to hold y'all accountable too.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure that y'all chime in the comments.
Yes.
Let us know, what do you want to commit to?
Yeah.
Give yourself 90 days. SMART goals are really good. You need to have something specific, something that you can measure, something that's attainable.
Yeah.
You want to give yourself a time frame and just get things done. I'm learning that with my mentor. It might sound tedious, but it's like, okay, I want to do this. What's your time frame?
Yeah.
When are you giving yourself, when do you need to have it done?
Yeah.
What do you need to do? And it may seem tedious, but it goes back to the original statement we made, being committed to ourselves and making that time for ourselves so that we can be the best versions of ourselves.
Absolutely. And whatever that goal is, you know, for some of us like me, it could be prioritizing your health. For some, it could be prioritizing self-care, whatever self-care looks like for you. If that's something that you want to get to learn how to do, then commit to learning how to do that.
Right.
If it's something that you want to grow in, you want to get back in school, you want to start that business and fill out the business paperwork to get everything, like whatever that is, like commit to prioritizing you, prioritizing your health overall. You know, if it's therapy, get back in therapy. Like just all the things. Don't limit yourself to just working out or just eating right? Because it's more than that. Those things are important, but we want you guys, like we will, I want you to commit to prioritizing you and putting you at the top of that list.
I couldn't said it better, friend.
Yes, friend.
Well, until next time.
Until next time.
We will catch you back at Candid Conversations
yes.
with Angie B. Winning
and Nakia B. Peace.